Joe.
I'm Joe's mom.
And we're
Eastside
Eastside Vibes. Today we're diving back into the K-pop world, specifically the BTS world.
Yep.
We're checking out J-Hope's new EP, Hope on the Street.
Volume 1.
Yep, Volume 1. So J-Hope was, I'm assuming you don't know like the background of like the BTS members that much.
No, not really.
So I know he was the first one to release like an album or a project after like a solo thing after they said they were going on hiatus.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
And that album was called Jack in the Box.
Okay.
Which is like a pretty like kind of hardish hip hop album.
Yeah, you played a little for me and I thought it was really like a movement.
Yeah. Well, I when it came out I actually like kind of slept on it and didn't listen to it.
Okay.
But I listened to it a year later and like last year and I found out that it is very good.
Uh-huh.
So that made me kind of excited when I heard that he was coming out with this.
Mm-hmm.
And it has one of the songs from this EP on that album.
Yep, you said.
But a different version of that song.
Yep.
And when I listened to this, I was kind of like surprised by the sound of it, I would say. Because it's not like that album. It's not like Jack in the Box.
Yeah, I think it's very melodic.
Yeah, it's a lot more like R&B.
Mm-hmm.
But I I saw that this is actually the soundtrack for a docu-series called Hope in the Street, which is
awesome.
On Amazon, which I watched.
Is it so it's on Amazon right now?
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
So if this is volume 1, do you think they're going to have another part to the documentary?
Maybe.
Well, he's in the Korean Army right now.
Yeah, he's in the military right now.
Yeah, he went in April, so yeah.
So maybe eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And also I read something online that like they're like that because it does sound like it was like made a little like fast, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if that's because they knew he was going into the military, but he wanted to like put like something out before he did it.
Yep, I agree.
And yeah, the music on this is definitely more like tailored towards like choreography style, like dance music,
mm-hmm.
which makes, or like dancing, I should say,
mm-hmm.
which makes sense when you get the context that that's what it was made for.
Right.
Because it doesn't like sound like in like a hip hop EP,
right.
I would say.
So when I read an article about Variety from Variety. He always teases me for that. They actually said so the word street actually refers to the fact that he was a street dancer.
Yeah,
and that kind of you feel that through parts of the song.
Yeah, I believe that he was like in like street dance crews
mm-hmm.
before he like joined BTS.
They did say that. Yep.
Yeah,
one of his favorite. He said his inspiration was I think Woon or something like that. That's his inspiration for dancing. And that's the guy who was his mentor.
I believe that he's the choreographer in a lot of BTS's music videos, which is like pretty significant because like they're known for like very elaborate,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like very, very cool dancing.
Yeah. So now that I know that about him, I didn't know. I think you've told me that he was the best dancer.
Yeah.
But I guess I just didn't pay attention to who he was. So
like if you like go watch their performances and like don't even like know what he like what looks like necessarily, mm-hmm. I feel like you could pick out that was the one that.
Okay.
Like he's just like I don't know, he just like moves like very crisp.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I guess that's one thing that's cool about BTS is they're kind of known for, like, within K-pop, for making a lot of their own stuff.
That's awesome.
Like, they choreograph their own music, and they produce a lot of their own music and mm-hmm. write a lot of their own lyrics.
Right.
Which is, like, pretty uncommon in a lot of K-pop.
Okay. Didn't know that.
You know, I'm not saying, like, artists don't have a hand ever in making their music,
mm-hmm.
but, like, I mean, like, it's like Beyonce, you know? Like, if you look at her new album, like, every song has, like, 15 producers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how a lot of, like, K-pop is.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, BTS is known more for, like having a hand in their own music. And
that's
I think
great.
He choreographed, like, all of the dancing for this, you know.
For this,
for Hope on the Street, for the docuseries.
Okay.
And it's, like, all in, like, different settings.
Okay.
And I feel like the songs do sort of reflect, like, the setting, like where they are, you know, the city or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, I feel like having that context like makes this make a little more sense because I do think it sounds like a bit scattered.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, we'll talk about we'll go into each song and give like our rating at the end. The first song is the one I mentioned before that was a single that came out a couple of years ago. It's called On the Street, and this is the solo version. The original version had J. Cole in it,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember like when he got J. Cole, like that was a big deal for him because J. Cole is his favorite not even his favorite rapper, I think his favorite artist.
Right. He said that he's always been his favorite artist, and when J Hope performed at Lollapalooza, that's when they connected, and
Yeah.
that's when that collaboration occurred.
Yeah, I remember like seeing on Instagram like when they like took a picture together and like he was like freaking out. So that's like
It's
his
amazing.
idol.
It's amazing that famous people can freak out
Well,
when they see
'cause
other famous people.
BTS, for what it's worth, might be not in America,
Yeah.
but like worldwide might be bigger than J. Cole.
Yeah, but
Like,
that's his inspiration.
Yeah.
He played the J. Cole version for me, and I'm gonna admit I liked it better than the
Yeah.
solo version.
What's funny in the On the Street in this version,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like J. Hope in his second verse is
Mhm.
trying to rap like J. Cole. Like with his flow and like with his inflection and his voice.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine, you
Mhm.
know. I don't think like that his verse is bad, and I don't think
No.
he makes it like worse.
No, he doesn't.
I just enjoy that. I've heard that version, and I like that version of the song.
I would agree.
I do like the instrumental for this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of like early 2000s, like alternative hip hop, maybe like Atmosphere. I don't know, stuff like that.
Okay.
Like, very like upbeat, like kind of like happy hip hop,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is cool. And
Mhm.
J. Cole sounds great on this kind of music, which is why he sounded so good
Yep.
on the original.
Yep.
But yeah, what do you think of On the Street?
So, again, talking about the fact that J. Cole is his inspiration, I thought that was really cool. So I said that it reveals a time around with the change. So supposedly, What If, or On the Street, sorry, also talks about like life changing too, and about how you're coming from. This was from Rolling Stone, I know. So it reveals this time around with the change of seasons from winter to spring. This song supposedly supports shelter from the cold wind and supports new beginnings. The lyrics, I'll repay even from an alt. What is it? What does that say? I'll repay even from afar. That's it. I'll repay Eve. Sorry, I'll repay even from afar. I'll become a butterfly, and they think that he delivers this message of hope by flapping his wings. And he said, "I hope to reach as many people as possible, giving them strength and comfort." So, like by flapping his wings, he as a butterfly, he's going all over the place and trying to bring them positivity.
When this song came out, like I kind of said, it came out or the original version came out like right after BTS said they were breaking up
Right.
or had gone on hiatus,
Yeah,
and
so
that wasn't
Jack in the
a
Box.
big deal, like for their fans, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Like their fans are like, you know, like they're very close with their fans. That's another thing they're known for, like
Mhm.
actually like interacting with their fans.
They're called the Army, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why their fans are so like passionate because like they interact with them, which is pretty cool.
Right. Exactly.
And this song is kind of like to them, like saying
Yes.
like,
Yes.
you know, like it'll like they will be back together, and you know, kind of like inspiring his fans to, like live their lives and
Mm-hmm.
do what you need to do in your life.
Yep.
And On the Street has a very like hopeful, I would say, sound,
Yes.
and the instrument or the lyrics are very hopeful as well.
Yes.
And yeah, no, I like this version of the song. I would say I like the original version better.
Much better. Much better.
I don't know if I would say much better, but I think it's
did.
better.
Yeah. After I heard that version, now I like it more.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just like Jake. Also, like having a different artist on the song, like
Mm-hmm.
gives a little. I always think it gives a little texture to the song.
Yes.
like
yes.
having someone else's voice, even if the rapping is very similar.
Mhm,
It's just like
mhm.
having another voice
Right.
helps.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, that was On the Street, the solo version. The next song on the EP is I Wonder with Jungkook from BTS. And for me, I think this song reminds me of like the Jackson 5.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah.
Or you said I could maybe see like Earth, Wind, and Fire, but I don't know. It really gives me Jackson 5. It
Yeah.
really gives me like ABC.
Yeah, when he did an interview with Rolling Stone, he said he felt it was really R&B type of thing. He
I
said
mean, I
it was
guess
more
that's, like,
80s
early-
reflective, but yeah.
You did say like Luther Vandross, and I could
Yeah.
like maybe see that too,
Yep.
which would be like more 80s
Right,
R&B.
right. Yep.
But
It's just got that 80s that 80s R&B flow to it. is
and
what
like
it
this
is.
song is very good for like hip hop dancing.
Definitely.
Like if you like and you like watch the docuseries, like this is the kind of music like you watch like old like R&B dance videos, like they dance to this kind of music, like
Right.
choreographed, you know,
Yep.
like
Oh, definitely.
dancing.
Definitely.
And it has that feeling. One thing that's cool is J-Hope like actually sings on this, and I haven't really heard him sing that much, and he sings on at other times on this EP as well.
Right, right.
Because he's always been known for really being more of a rapper.
Okay.
So it does show that like he has like a totally different side to his artistry, which
Yeah.
I appreciate.
Yeah, there's a diversity in what he does.
Jungkook, obviously, his vocals are like very good on this,
Right.
because he's just a very good vocalist.
Mhm.
But I wonder, isn't it kind of like a like being not confused, but like a little bit like not knowing what the future holds?
Yep, that's exactly. So it's like
Yeah.
trust and togetherness, having trust and togetherness with people, but again, wondering what is going to happen, like me
Yeah.
being in the military and what is my life going to be like after the military.
It's
and
not as like positive sounding as the
no,
first song.
it's not. That's I think why when I was listening to it and all that, of all the songs, I wrote the least about this one. And I really like Jungkook's album like a lot. So I was hoping for more with this song, I
Mhm.
guess. It's a good song, but I wanted more.
Yeah, I think with Jungkook's vocals, it would have been better if it was a little more upbeat.
Yes.
You could even have this kind of melody, just have it a little faster.
Yes.
The next song, Lock Unlock, with Benny Blanco and Nile Rodgers, is like upbeat.
Yep, let's go right
And
into
I would
that
say
one.
that's probably my favorite song on the EP.
Yep.
One reason is because I love Daft Punk, and it reminds me a lot of Get Lucky, which
100%.
also has Nile Rodgers.
Yep.
But I would say it also has a little bit like of an old school, which I guess Get Lucky does a little bit, but old school like 70s, maybe, I don't know, like it like Nile Rodgers' actual music, like La Freak,
Yep.
or like
I
that
agree.
kind of music.
Yeah, 100%.
And I love it. I think it's really fun. Once again, J-Hope is singing on this.
Yes.
Like he doesn't really rap at all, and he's not known for that. So I think it's cool that like he like shows a completely different side to like what he can do.
Mm-hmm. You were talking before about producers of albums. It wasn't the producing part, but I know on this song there were like 8 or 9 different people who helped write the song. So it wasn't just him. There were a lot of people, and I think though the collaboration with all of them was really good.
I think that sometimes they'll just like help write the chorus or something, or like they'll sell them a riff, and like that's
Right.
what happens.
Right.
But I would say like I think Nile Rodgers is very prevalent on this. Like
Yes.
you can really hear the guitar, his riff, which is what like makes the
Oh.
song so good.
Yes.
And yeah, Lock Unlock is well, one, I guess I didn't like think about that. It's literally talking about popping and unlocking like the style of dancing.
Yep.
But also, at least what I got from it is it's like kind of about expressing yourself.
Yes.
And being yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Like, and for J-Hope, that would be like through dancing.
Correct.
So it makes sense that it's called like its title is like the name of a dance move.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I think it's kind of about like expressing yourself and
Right. Well, this
being who you want to be.
So the guy, I forgot his name. So it's Woong, and Woong was his mentor in dance, and he felt with the song that it's looking through people looking through people in a group setting, and it's a genre that actually eludes happiness. So like popping and locking and that stuff actually brings happiness to people, especially when you're watching it.
And I would say so does this kind of music.
Yeah, yeah. Like I remember when we were in New York City, there were a lot of people on the streets dancing and stuff like that. And it's a fun, happy thing to see, when people are doing that, because you get to see their creativity and all that. So
like this kind of music, like literally like makes you picture like a disco ball and like like a light up dance floor, and like that's like the kind of like feeling that like you get from this.
Yeah, like Saturday Night Fever, is it, when all of a sudden you get the disco ball and they're out there dancing individually?
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, and that's so I think it's like cool that like that's literally supposed to induce happiness.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And also dancing, like you said, induces happiness.
100%. Even slow dancing does. Always brings happiness.
Yeah, I would say that's true.
Yep.
But yeah, that's Lock on Lock with Nala Roger and Benny Blanco. I'm assuming Benny Blanco is the main producer on it because he doesn't have any like vocals.
Yes.
But it says featuring Benny Blanco.
Right. Good collab. I felt this was a really good collab.
Yeah, I mean, people have their mixed opinions on Benny Blanco, but you can't deny that like he's good at producing music.
Very good. Very good. This is the off thing. Isn't he dating a Kardashian or something like that?
No, I think he's dating Selena Gomez.
Oh, that's right. Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
Huh, I wonder if he'll help produce or create some of her music. That'll be interesting.
I mean, I'm sure
Maybe.
he probably has in the past.
Yeah, probably. I haven't looked into it.
But, the next song is I Don't Know with Ha Yoonjin of LE SSERAFIM. I think it's funny because she's featured in, like, other songs.
Uh-huh.
I've seen her featured in other stuff, and it's funny they always, like, write it like that. But she goes by Jen, and she's, like, from New York City. She's obviously in LE SSERAFIM.
And so this is her probably Korean name.
Yeah. Yoonjin is her Korean name. But,
okay.
That's all. I don't know. I think it's funny that that's how they write it. They have to make sure to say that she's in LE SSERAFIM. Like, that's what she's.
That's what they.
Yeah, that's what you know her from.
Yeah, that's what they say in the title. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen her featured in other songs because she has a very, very, very good voice, which you said when we talked about it.
Wow. I just go on a side note. He showed me, you said she's actually trained in opera, like professionally trained.
Yeah, she is.
And he showed me a show somewhere where she starts the beginning, complete opera.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh. But yet in this song, I felt like, now that I heard that, and then this song, I felt she had like an Ariana Grande song to her, but she really brings this song out.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would think that Ariana Grande could probably like do operatic singing too if she wanted to.
You're right.
Like cause she can hit those notes. It's a different style of singing.
Yes.
But I think it's interesting that you said she sounds like Ariana Grande because like she's known for like having like that like huge range.
And
And
she has her voice is huge in this song too. Right.
This is a sign though, I don't want to like get into it too much. I feel like LE SSERAFIM's music doesn't utilize her being able to do that as much. I think I was showing you a couple of their songs. And their music's good. It's just that she I don't know, she has a crazy voice and I wish that they let her. Yeah. I guess they also don't want her to be her featuring
feature.
Yeah, her
kind of like Destiny's Child. You knew Beyonce was the feature in it.
Yeah.
You know?
So maybe that's why they don't do it too.
Her voice is beautiful.
But anyway, I would say that this song, I Don't Know, has a pretty similar feeling to it to Lock on Lock.
Okay.
Like another like electro like funk type of song.
Okay.
I think it has a little more of like a Latin or like bossa nova music is.
Yeah, well that's what the opera was, I think. Wasn't it? Not bossa nova.
No, bossa nova is like that. It's like that Brazilian like rock. Yeah. Kind of like funky rock music. Right. And I think the riff of that reminds me of that a little bit. But the beat is very like disco.
Yes.
And to me, it almost feels like it's Jen from LE SSERAFIM featuring J-Hope.
Yeah, I agree.
Because her vocals are just way more strong than his are.
Yeah, definitely.
He compliments her nicely, and like he sounds fine on this too.
Mm-hmm.
But
So I got that the song is actually talking about a first love.
yeah, this is like the one like love song on it.
Yeah, it is. He's talking about a first love, but yet he kind of like with those so many albums we've listened to, he fell in love with this girl and almost at first sight was a jerk to her, and he stays up at night thinking about it, but he still doesn't want the relationship to happen. So yeah, it is a love song, and I'm just like, okay.
It's about like not knowing if you want to like go for it or not with someone.
Right, but like you said, it's almost like she's the feature and he's
he's like the guest artist.
He's the guest artist. So yeah, it's
that
powerful.
part's kind of interesting. Yeah, her vocals are great on
They're
this.
beautiful.
But yeah, anyway, that's I Don't Know with Ha Yoonjin of LE SSERAFIM.
Of LE SSERAFIM.
The next song is What If, featuring Jinbo the Super Freak, which I believe is a Korean rapper.
Okay.
And this song is a straight up like sample of that Shimmy Shimmy Ya by Ol' Dirty Bastard, which I love that song. He was my favorite member of Wu-Tang.
I remember when you were playing this song for me upstairs and your brother was coming up the stairs and he said, he said, is that them? Like
No, he said that about Lock Unlock.
Oh, I thought
Daft Punk.
Okay, yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, no, but like this instrumental is like a straight, almost the same thing as that. And Jinbo the Super Freak's rap on this is like great. It sounds like Wu-Tang.
This is my favorite song. This is by far my favorite song.
And J-Hope's rap on this is very aggressive too.
Yes, very
much
much
so. Like his tone is very well. I like that a lot.
Right. I got Jinbu.
The Jinbo.
I got a very like heavy metal vibe from him. Not a screaming voice, but just a raspy, rough voice.
I'd say it reminds me a lot of like Wu-Tang, like that kind of like hardcore boom bap music.
Okay, and I have to admit, I've probably heard Wu-Tang music. I just don't know for sure if I have, and but I know like what their sound is from what people have said.
Yeah,
and I just
it's very aggressive.
Yeah, like the way that
and the dancing like in the docuseries for this is really cool, as you would probably imagine.
Yeah, exactly. It's my favorite song.
Yeah, I know you're a fan of like the harder rap music, so. And I will say, I thought that this EP I thought this is what it would sound like.
Okay.
And I was a little surprised by like the sound of all these other songs, and I don't think they're bad. It's just it shows a different side to his artistry for sure.
It does.
Yeah, no, I think Lock Unlock is my favorite song.
Okay. But
I would say this is probably my second favorite.
Yeah.
It's partly because I just love Ol' Dirty Bastard, and I would probably just rather listen to the original version than listen to this.
Right. I would say this is my favorite, but Lock Unlock is my second favorite. So it's funny. Okay. We have the same top two, just switched around.
Like, this is good for, like, what it is, for sure.
Definitely.
And, like, yeah, it feels like this song is kind of about J-Hope, like, asserting, like, he knows how good he is at what he does.
Yes.
Like it's almost like a cocky song, which is interesting for usually BTS members don't like make this kind of music.
Yeah, it's like look, I've made it. Look at who I am, and just
I'm a great dancer. I'm a great rapper. I think he came from pretty humble beginnings. So
yes, yeah.
It reminds me a lot of like American rap music, where like artists are kind of like saying like.
I came from
I'm the
crap.
shit.
Yeah, exact. That's 100% it. Oh my gosh, 100%.
Yeah, I like that a lot. It's a lot more of an Americanized song for sure, even though it's not in English.
I agree.
But yeah, that is What If, featuring Jinbo the Super Freak. The last song on this EP is Neuron with. I think it's Geico and Yoon Mirai.
Yeah, I know. When I heard Geico, I just thought of the little lizard.
Or Geico. But what's interesting is if you like look at the streams for this EP on Spotify, this one has by far the most amount. This is the most popular song. And for me, this is actually my least favorite song.
I'm going to agree 100%. Yep, 100%.
And what kind of stinks is I think it might, besides the one with the Jen from LE SSERAFIM. I
Mhm.
think this might have the best vocals on the EP.
Mm-hmm.
All of the vocals are actually great. I kind of like the chanting
Yes.
chorus.
Yes.
It's super 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 catchy,
Yes.
which is probably why it's so popular. But the instrumental to me is just like so very flat.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like 90s, like I'm trying to think of like what you would call that kind of pop music, like New Kids on the
yeah,
Block,
that's what you said.
or
New
like
Kids on the Block.
Hanson,
Yeah.
which I've heard other K-pop music like definitely be inspired by that sound. So
Okay.
it kind of makes sense that they would
Okay.
do this.
All right.
But like for me, I don't know. I'm just like I was never that into that kind of music very much.
Same here. Same here.
So that's why it's just not. I would say it's not for me. Like I said, it stinks 'cause I like the vocals. I like the
Yes.
raps
Yes.
from J-Hope and these features,
Mhm.
and I like the singing and all of it. I just don't like the instrumental that much.
Right. So this is what I got out of the song. I got that he's actually reflecting on the neurons in your brain and how the neurons can make you change and think differently. He's talking about giving motivation to many. He's now passing the ball on to the other BTS members who are still there. And then he also talks about how family is like the most important thing and how they support each other, and when you leave, you come back.
They're gonna like
always be
reunite.
there. So yeah, we talked about that. This song could be considered towards his BTS group, like more about them, that they're his family,
and the fans too.
Yeah, and the fans too.
Yeah,
definitely.
it has like a similar feeling to On the Street.
Yep.
Which is also about like moving forward and but being there and knowing you're gonna come back to your family.
Right. So it'll be interesting when Volume 2 comes out. It's going to be after he comes back from the army.
It would be.
So I bet it's going to be a completely different like sound to it.
Yeah,
I just have a feeling it's going to be.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. One thing it like shows how connected to their fans. I just noticed this the other day. When I was posting my review for this, his Instagram name is You Are My Hope, but it's spelled AR without the E, so it has Army in the middle. So that's obviously
so
for
cool.
his saying his fans are his family too.
Yeah, I mean, we reviewed Jungkook. Did we review anybody else from there? I think we did.
Jimin and V.
Yeah, I would say he really talks about his fans more. Like he's doing a lot more connections with his fans,
I would say that's true
and
too.
how important they are to him, and how he hopes he's brought them positivity.
Another artist in BTS that does it, and I've always said we're gonna listen to this eventually, is Suga. He's the rapper and produce a lot of their music.
Okay.
And his album Haegum, or D-Day, which came out last year, which one of my favorite albums of the year.
Wow.
Period.
Okay.
I think it's great, but it talks about his fans a lot too, and his mental health. But it seems like him and J-Hope, that's what they write about more.
Yeah, they're very introspective.
Yeah,
I thought
for sure.
he was more introspective.
I think they're a little older.
Okay.
I think J-Hope and Suga are probably 30-ish. They're a little older than some of the other members.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I liked Jungkook's. Vin was good, but I just V. But this I just felt it was much more introspective than the other two.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
But how would you say you felt about the whole project?
You're probably not going to like my review on it overall, but it was okay. It was okay. I guess I was thinking it would be more like Jungkook, which is, V's was completely different. It was very more bluesy, and
I knew it wasn't going to be like Jungkook. I thought it was going to be more like rap.
I did too. So
and it wasn't.
Right. So I would have to give it a 5. Which is very low.
I think you also need to watch the docuseries.
I think it would change it then for me.
I think it did for me because it's you can tell that these songs are made for that. It's not that's why it's so it's not for, it is for listening obviously.
Right. But it's not like other singers when they have like a story behind their songs
Yeah.
and it all flow. This one doesn't. It's just
Yeah, but it's like a part of like what he's talking about in
Right.
the thing.
right. I bet if I did watch the docuseries, I would have a different feel
Yeah.
to it. But
Because the songs, like, besides a couple of them, to me are like okay, but
yeah, that's why I didn't rate it very high.
yeah, I gave it like with the context of the docuseries, I gave it like around a 7.
Okay.
I think it's like fine.
Yeah.
You know.
It's fine. It's fine.
I would say I like the other projects by the BTS members probably more than this. But also, I really like his album Jack in the Box. So
I'm
I know
gonna
he
have
can
to go
do
back and listen to that.
that kind of music.
Right.
I also appreciate this is like a different thing for him. He tried something new.
Right. Well, like V completely went different on his. I mean,
Yeah.
so yeah, this is different. I mean,
It just shows that he can do other kinds of music
right.
too.
I liked what I liked about it is I didn't know that he was such a good dancer. And you've always said to me, "Oh, this guy's the dancer. This guy's this.
Yeah.
This guy's this," and I wasn't paying attention to that. So the fact that he's reflecting a lot on dancing
Yeah.
in this album, but also how what he's done bring happiness to others,
Yeah.
either through singing, through BTS, or through dancing. That just really was something that means a lot to him.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's how we feel about J-Hope's Hope on the Street. Next week, I think it's funny. We kept mentioning J. Cole. Next week, we're gonna do the new J. Cole album.
Yes,
so
we are.
That'll be fun. I think that's your first really introduction into J. Cole.
Yep.
And that's like a rapper that you need to know if you're getting into hip hop. So
This is a total side note, but behind us we have SZA. She's coming to Summerfest, and I am so stoked about that. Woo!
yeah, that'll. Hopefully, her new album is out by then. I mean, I guess we'll
hope.
see.
Well, it's Saturn or something like that. That's the
Yeah.
new, one of my students told me you have to listen to Saturn. But
Yeah.
sorry, we're talking about someone else here.
But yeah, with that being said, I'm Joe.
I'm Joe's mom.
We're
East
Eastside
Side
Vibes,
Vibes.
and thanks for watching.
Bye.